The Vampire. A fool there was, and he made his prayer, even as you and I, to a rag and a bone and a hank of hair. We called her the woman who did not care, but the fool he called her his lady fair, even as you and I. Oh, the years we waste, and the tears we waste, and the work of our head and hand belonged to the woman who did not know, and now we know that she never could know, and did not understand. A fool there was, and his goods he spent, even as you and I. Honor and faith and a sure intent, and it wasn't the least what the lady meant, but a fool must follow his natural bent, even as you and I. Oh, the toil we lost, and the spoil we lost, and the excellent things we planned, belonged to the woman who didn't know why, and now we know that she never knew why, and did not understand. The fool was stripped to his foolish hide, even as you and I, which she might have seen when she threw him aside, but it isn't on record the lady tried. So some of him lived, but the most of him died, even as you and I. And it isn't the shame, and it isn't the blame that stings like a white-hot brand. It's coming to know that she never knew why, seeing, at last, she could never know why, and never could understand. The White Man's Burden. Take up the white man's burden, send forth the best ye breed, go bind your sons to exile, to serve your captors' need, to wait in heavy harness on fluttered folk and wild, your new-caught, sullen peoples, half devil and half child. Take up the white man's burden, in patience to abide, to veil the threat of terror and check the show of pride, by open speech and simple, 100 times made plain, to seek another's profit and work another's gain. Take up the white man's burden, the savage wars of peace, fill full the mouth of famine and bid the sickness cease, and when your goal is nearest the inn for others sought, watch sloth and heathen folly bring all your hope to naught. Take up the white man's burden, no tawdry rule of kings, but toil of serf and sweeper, the tale of common things. The porch ye shall not enter, the roads ye shall not tread, go make them with your living, and mark them with your dead. Take up the white man's burden, and reap his old reward, the blame of those ye better, the hate of those ye guard, the cry of hosts ye humour, ah, slowly, toward the light. Why brought ye us from bondage, our loved Egyptian knight? Take up the white man's burden, he dare not stoop to less, nor call too loud on freedom to cloak your weariness. By all ye cry or whisper, by all ye leave or do, the silent, sullen people shall weigh your gods and you. Take up the white man's burden, have done with childish days, the lightly proffered laurel, the easy, ungrudged praise. Comes now to search your manhood through all the thankless years, cold-edged with dear-bought wisdom, the judgment of your peers. Gethsemane. The garden called Gethsemane in Picardy it was, and there the people came to see the English soldiers pass. We used to pass or halt, as it might be, and ship our masks in case of gas beyond Gethsemane. The garden called Gethsemane, it held a pretty lass, but all the time she talked to me I prayed my cup might pass. The officer sat on the chair, the men lay on the grass, and all the time we halted there I prayed my cup might pass. It didn't pass, it didn't pass, it didn't pass for me. I drank it when we met the gas beyond Gethsemane.